Hello and welcome. My name's Chantal and I'm a certified hand-in-hand instructor. We're an evidence-based not-for-profit and we are global. And I'm coming to you from Sydney, Australia, and I have a wonderful guest coming in. Um, Zelon, can you introduce yourself and where in the world you are?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. My name is Zelon Harrison. I am a certified hand-in-hand instructor, and I am in Richmond, California.
Awesome. And how long have you been with Hand in Hand?
Since 2012. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So yes, I've
hmm
been 5 years less than you. I was 2017.
Okay, okay. Like I told you, as long as we do it this lifetime, we
Exactly.
getting it, we getting it.
Awesome. And what brought you to Hand in Hand?
Oh, wow. What brought me to hand in hand is I'm a mama of 8 children and 20 grandchildren. So when my seventh baby became challenging for me because of early childhood trauma, and I was doing some research I'm a baby sign instructor also, but so I was doing some research and I came across Hand in Hand website, and then I seen some of their techniques and what they're doing. I was like, wait a minute, that's like me. And yeah, and then when my seventh child became challenging, I was like, you know what? This was for me, and I've been in love with the tools and the concept ever since.
Oh, wonderful. I feel like you keep adding something new to your cap. It's amazing all the things you do and how blessed to have you in our community.
Yes, thank you.
Today, we are celebrating a very important week. It's Black Maternal Health Week. And yes, exactly. And so it's very important to celebrate and to recognize the work you're doing, particularly, and all the people who we need to be serving in this community as well. I'd love to hear you telling me about the tool that you like to use when it comes to best serving the Black community. I'd love to hear a bit more about that. So,
Absolutely, I would love to share. Well, being a mom of so many children, early in my life, when I was 22 years old, I decided to become a doula. And that's a professional birth assistant. And in that work, I just fell in love with the concept of being part of people's lives so early on to make a difference and a change. And I always wanted to be a midwife, so that was kind of my halfway in there where I can support families through their birth and be there at that first part of welcoming someone in the world. So I just got into doula work early, and then like I shared when I got with Hand in Hand, and then as I'm doing currently doing work advocating for Black and African American students in our school district, this concept of using listening partnership with doulas and teaching doulas how to support expecting families with listening partnership became a phenomenal concept. It gives a lot of clarity to how we need to listen to each other, how we need to support each other, and how we need to have sanctuary around listening, because a lot of times in our community we have a lack of trust. So what listening partnership does for us is it builds that trust. I did a workshop, I want to say back in, oh, was it before the pandemic? Pandemic. I want to say it was in 2019, over in with the research that was being done on ACEs. So
mm,
Dr. Nadine Harris, she had a parenting class in San Francisco in the Fillmore district, I want to say it is. I may be wrong about the area, but I did a parenting class over there. And one thing, it was a large Black community, and one thing they shared, this group of parents I was working with, some of them were family members, and one thing they shared about we worked on listening time was how the tools from listening time help them in their own families set boundaries on like problem areas of gossiping, talking about each other, just having unhealthy conversations that are really not going to manifest any type of closeness or connection. So I was very enlightened on to see how this can be for our community, ways to start to better communicate so we can have conversations about our health.
Mm,
conversations about our trauma, conversations about things we really truly enjoy, conversations about things that make us feel important about who we want to be, building our self-esteem, but really knowing that there are spaces that we can have conversations that we don't have to feel it's going to be repeated. That's
mm,
not going to be said without our permission. That's not going to be referenced to because they're going through it too when it's my turn to share.
mm,
So these are type of things that, in normal communities, even in not just the Black, but in a lot of communities, that's not a respected boundary. So, teaching the listening tools and also having an expecting mother know that she can count on that type of support from a caring adult
mm,
that's fully dedicated to some time just for what it is that she's going through. I feel is like it's remarkable for any woman, but Black women have a big health disparity around pregnancy. So
mm,
them having tools and ways to reduce that stress, like listening partnership, is just something that can just add on to the power of a lot of things that they need to change prenatal outcomes for our people.
mm.
So yeah.
Yeah, excellent. And so you sort of explained listening partnerships quite well, but for anyone new, that's one of our tools where you and another adult exchange an agreed upon amount of time to listen and be listened to. And as Zelon said, without interruption, there's no referencing back. So that person is simply listening and holding that you are good, that you are wise, and that there's no one better to work out whatever it is you're going through, that they trust in you in the process and let you just go for it. And you can do that however that looks like, without judgment, without interruption, and knowing that none of that's ever going to be used again. It's in and out, and it won't shape how they feel about you or anything like that. They just know that you are inherently great and can work out what you're going to do or what you need to get through. So thank you. I think that's great. And I love that you touched on so many different ways that that can be helpful for the Black community. And I love everything that you're doing. So I really appreciate you talking to us during this very important time and helping us really build awareness and try to serve the community as best we can.
And I just
Obviously,
want to share, I just
yes.
want to share one more thing.
Yeah,
Well,
go
a
for it.
couple of more things.
Go for it.
Once you get listening time, it's easier. As you'll share in a second, some information on how you guys can get more. But once you get listening time, it's so much easier for you to do other things with your
Mm,
family and how to listen to others, like play listening, stay listening, setting limits, special time. That can't happen if you don't have that listening time, because that
mhm,
listening times lets you be available to do all that. And if as a
mhm,
mama of eight, and I'm a happy mama of eight, I'm not stressed out. I got 20 grandkids. Y'all hear the little baby crying in the back. That's baby number 20. I do that because I get a lot of support. I get a lot of listening time that when I need it, and I have different listening partners for different things. So don't feel like you can just got to do one person, but
mm.
just do a trusting person.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. You want a trusting adult, and please, make sure you get the guidelines so you can be having an effective listening partnership.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's absolutely right. So yeah, we can connect you with listening partners. We highly recommend, yes, you understand exactly what you're doing before you go into it. And as Alan said as well, you can have more than one and also try a few, I think, to begin with. I know the first couple of times I tried listening partnerships, I did not have the right person. And I probably, if I'd not been so determined to find a listening partner, I may not have had that experience. And then when I finally did, that third time lucky, that was transformative. And you're absolutely right. It frees up other things that you didn't know you were going to be able to free up, and helps you just have a base to come back to no matter what. So thank you so much.
Yes, you're so welcome.
Yeah. And yeah, so please get in contact. We can connect you with listening partners. We also have the Parent Club community is a vibrant community off social media. It's on our own platform. So it's safe. It's moderated 24/7. There are people from all over the world there. And that's another great space to find listening partnerships. And we also have our foundations courses, which are instructor-led 6 to 8 week courses. And you can, again, choose which ones are right for you. You can also get in contact with Zelon through our website if you want to work specifically and with Zelon. Details are there on the Hand in Hand website. So thank you so much for joining me, and I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy day to come and talk and with your beautiful grandchild. And thank you to all the people listening. Thank you so much for joining us in your busy day and for wanting to really mark this important time and have these important conversations. So thank you so much. I appreciate you.
See everybody.